Nigeria Senate takes a stand on members' travails. Southwest governors to bid for Lagos airport concession. Labour Party cautions INEC over faction. Welcome to the News Hour at this time on Television Nigerian. I am Eunice Johnson. As the controversies surrounding the senator representing Kogi West Senatorial District, Senator Dino Melaye, continues to linger, the Senate has taken a position on the involvement of the authorities directly linked to the travails of the embattled member. TVN's Bennett Joshua has more.
The Senate has taken a direct affront against allegations of sharp practices by legislatures, calling perpetrators to be prosecuted.
It is unfortunate that many of us are being dragged into this unfortunate situation. I know that many of you did not collect that money.
This is scandalous. So I think that to put this to rest and to let the public know and maintain the integrity of this house, this issue must be thoroughly investigated.
This matter impinges on the integrity of this Senate for the last 2.5 years since we started. We've never had this kind of report. This matter is referred to ethics and privileges and ensure that within a week you fully investigate this matter and bring a concise, accurate report for us to consider. Let us hold our comments until the end of the investigation, and then we will decide what to do at that point.
The controversies and allegations surrounding the senator representing Kogi West, Dino Melaye, was also brought to the floor of the Red Chamber by Senator Issa Misau, representing Bauchi Central. The lawmakers argued that due process is not being followed by all authorities involved in the case. They mandated the Senate Joint Committee on the matter to investigate the matter and report back to the House. From Abuja, Bennett Joshua, TVN News.
Southwest governors arising from a 2-day quarterly forum at the State House, Ikeja, Lagos on Wednesday have agreed to jointly bid for the concession of the Lagos Murtala Mohammed International Airport. The meeting was attended by governors of Osun, Oyo, Ondo, Ekiti and the host governor, Akinwumi Ambode, while the Ogun State governor was represented by his deputy, Yetunde Ononuga. A communique issued at the end of the meeting stated that the governors of the region would be monitoring the process for the Murtala Mohammed International Airport concession in a bid to acquire and develop it into a world-class infrastructure. It was also revealed that the governors have adopted a program for integrated development tagged Western Rapid to further consolidate actions on food security and job creation in the region, and also announced the formal adoption of Lagos State as a full member of the Oodua Investment Group with a total of 115 million shares. We'll take a break now, and when we return, Labour Party cautions INEC over faction. Thanks for staying tuned. A faction of the Labour Party has cautioned the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) over taking sides with the former National Party chairman against the new party chairman Dr. Mike Omotosho. Some members of the party stated this during a press briefing in Abuja. They expressed their dissatisfaction with INEC and called on the independent electoral body to be truly independent ahead of the 2019 general elections.
Nothing will stop us from reversing what was done on October 3rd, 2017. October 3rd, 2017, Dr. Mike Omotosho emerged and became the chairman of Labour Party. We followed due process. We gave INEC the 3-week statutory notice and INEC attended the special national convention that was held in Abuja. So nothing will change that.
We have had problem of political parties that at the just tail end of their problem, you find out that they triumph. And it cannot be different from the issue of Labour Party. Sincerely speaking, I'm not saying I don't believe in court. Okay? That's not the issue. The court is there. But are we going to get justice within the shortest period?
Meanwhile, as the National Assembly continues to deliberate on the 2018 budget with no definite timeline for its passage, stakeholders have expressed concern over the implementation of the 2017 budget by ministries, departments and agencies of government. Our correspondent has more on the report.
The gathering was put in place to evaluate the level of implementation of the 2017 budget in ministries, departments and agencies of government. It also was an opportunity to trace the way forward for the implementation of the 2018 appropriation bill before the National Assembly.
We should use this great opportunity of this platform for the entire day to address the areas of our concern, whether their revenue targets, their revenue performances, their assumptions, their area of clarity.
Legislators are constantly in touch with their constituents and are therefore in a position to appreciate their peculiar priority needs, which they can then articulate in the budget.
The heads of the MDAs explained progress so far made in the implementation of the 2017 budget despite government's dwindling revenue. They were optimistic of achieving the desired infrastructure development, security, good healthcare services through government's concerted efforts towards viable economic policies.
We shall continue to leverage private capital and counterpart funding for delivery of infrastructure.
We also intend to use the prisons farms in order to train prisoners and to contribute to government's efforts towards diversification to agriculture.
We achieved 5,000 megawatt distribution capacity, even though we were producing 7. We needed to bridge that gap of 2,000. And do an expanded distribution network intervention.
The health sector has suffered a lot from a lot of industrial action, and a lot of it has to do with inadequate provision for salary.
Some members of the joint stakeholders registered their concerns on the execution of capital projects in road construction and electricity generation, supply and distribution. They also asked the ministry to consider those with special needs in the execution of their budgets.
Why we have this public hearing is also to allow public participation so that it will be a people's budget.
The takeaway from the meeting include, among others, is the resolution reached during the public hearing which seeks to create modalities towards better ways of harmonizing future budgets. From Abuja, Eva Chinedu, TVN News. The takeaway from the meeting include, among others, is the resolution reached during the public hearing which seeks to create modalities towards better ways of harmonizing future budgets. From Abuja, Eva Chinedu, TVN News.
And in sports, Greek club PAOK Salonika's president Ivan Savvidis has been banned from all football stadiums for 3 years, along with a fine of 100,000 euros for storming onto the pitch with a gun during a league game. The Greek League's disciplinary committee, which made the statement, also stated that the club was stripped of 3 points, thereby ending their title chances, and also fined 60,000 euros. Savvidis, a Georgia-born businessman and former Russian State Duma deputy, charged onto the pitch with a gun in his belt. His action was as a result of a PAOK disallowed goal in a match against fellow title contenders AEK Athens on March 11th. The World Football Governing Body FIFA considers possible action against Greece over repeated crowd trouble and violence during matches. And on the foreign scene, according to Libyan authorities, the mayor of Libya's capital city, Abdulrauf Baitema, was abducted from his house in central Tripoli by unknown gunmen and taken to an unknown destination. No reason has been given for the late Wednesday abduction, as workers at the council are suspending work in protests while calling on competent authorities and residents to work towards securing his release. Armed groups have held real power on the ground in Tripoli since Libya's 2011 uprising, while government officials in Tripoli say security in the capital has improved over the past 2 years, though abductions remain common. To end the news, a recap of the major stories. Nigeria's Senate takes a stand on members' travails. Southwest governors to bid for Lagos airport concession. Labour Party cautions INEC over faction. And that's the news on Television Nigerian. But before I go, I leave you with this thought. Rome wasn't built in a day. Therefore, learn to take life one step at a time. Thanks for being part of the news. I am Eunice Johnson.